Hey guys, it's Nolan and Isky. We're here with the old man's garage himself, Bill Hoskinson.
You got it that time.
I always do it the other way. I get it backwards. But it's Hoskinson.
Don't try and do it twice.
Wait, you know what? In my phone, it's been wrong, and then I've changed it, and then it doesn't look right because I always do it wrong. But anyway. All right, so we're here. We have a special announcement.
We have a special
We've been working with you and 79 Malibu that you have on this channel. You can go watch the videos and everything.
Yep.
And we did a little engine, and he trusted us to pick everything for him.
It was rough.
It was rough.
But I did trust you.
You trusted me, but I said you got to run everything that I ask you to run because it's a full combination. You can't just pick one or the other.
Yes.
You got to trust us and do it. So Bill did that, and Uncle Bob, and they put it in. And what were the results?
Outstanding. Like, I'll be honest, when you sent that camshaft out, I looked at that cam card, and I was like, that's the biggest hydraulic roller I've ever had, and I've had a few, okay? And it's drag and drive kind of car. I want to be able to cruise the interstate. I want to be able to lock the converter and run this thing between 1900 RPM and 2500 RPM and not tear up any valve train components, right?
Yep.
I don't want a bunch of lifter noise. I don't want any valve float because I'm trying to spray this thing. I'm trying to turn 7200 RPM plus through the traps.
So you wanted the impossible.
That's a tall order.
You wanted the impossible, but
order,
yes.
right? For a small block Chevy, especially one with a small base circle, because it's a 421. It's got to have a small base circle.
Yep.
But you did it, man.
And we had to wait for the core a little bit, but we got it done.
Listen, you knocked it out of the park. I literally, you told me the first time you drive this car, call me.
Yep. That's exactly what I said.
So I had Vicky film the very first trip down the road, and I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think you texted me right away, and you said, "Oh my God, no!"
I did.
You were right. Yes.
Absolutely instant power, off idle, and I mean it's a pretty good hydraulic roller. It's a
good size.
256 duration, 600 lift.
600 lift, 109 Lobe Center.
Yeah.
And the good thing about that cam is there'll be a part number dedicated to that camshaft and this combo. So you can run the same exact thing. You know what it gets on the dyno because it's on the video. And actually that dyno's a little tight, so really you're going to get a little more power.
So the last time that Billy had one of his comparable engines on that dyno, it was a 12.5 13-to-1 406. And these are the same heads, the exact same heads, the exact same intake that Billy had on his 12.5 13-to-1 406.
Yeah.
And it made 530. This made 545 right off the rip with a brand new ATM carburetor, no tuning, no nothing. We pulled 540 and I said, I got to go.
Yeah.
We pulled it off the dyno and put it right in the car.
He had to bring it to the show, so he only had a couple days.
Right.
Yeah, and it came together really fast.
Yeah.
But
and luckily we got the valve train all set up. The geometry was
perfect. Right. And you kept asking me, what spring pressure should I run? What should I do? You know, I'm going to drag and drive it. So we got that all set up. Uncle Bob got it all perfect. So we're happy with that, definitely. But you can order that cam. It's going to be called the OMG 79. It's the drag and drive cam. So you can get the same exact cam. You call and order it, and it'll be on the internet on Monday. So you can call and order it. So it's really cool. So basically, he did all the R&D for you, and you'll know what you'll get. And once you tune it up, you should be getting 570, which is what I was shooting for. I don't think you thought you could get that.
I'll tell you what. Okay, so dyno numbers don't really mean a whole lot. Like, you have to compare other engines that have been on that specific dyno. And we didn't do any tuning. We made a pull. It made 15 more than Billy's last 406. We're good. It made power to 6,700. And it stayed flat. It only lost like 10 horsepower from 67 to 7,200 on the dyno.
Yeah.
So it was relatively flat. It made really good power. It's got good RPM range, and I think when we turn the nitrous on, it's going to go.
Oh yeah, that's for the drag part of it. You can tell it wants to go. It's like a horse just holding back. You add that nitrous to it, but you can also cruise through McDonald's or wherever you want to do.
Like when you take it up the road, 1900 RPM, you lock the converter in overdrive at 55 miles an hour. It's smooth as silk. Unbelievable. It sounds really good. It's got a really good rhythm to it. It sounds good. It sounds rowdy.
Yeah, it does.
And it's 13-to-1 compression, right? You wouldn't think that you could take
Nope.
a 13-to-1 small block with a small base circle roller cam
Yeah.
and drive through McDonald's.
And it's E85.
And it's on E85.
No race gas.
No race gas. Pump E85.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
what we dynoed it on.
Yep. So
Straight out of Speedway.
we know it works,
It
which
works.
is really good. So anyway, got to order this cam.
If you've got a small block Chevrolet
Yeah.
and you're wanting to do a drag and drive kind of car, maybe you don't necessarily want to race it hardcore, but you want a good sound.
Yeah.
And you still want to be able to put it in a street rod or just a hot rod that you can daily drive. And
Yeah. But the main thing is, like you were saying, that you never had anybody pick a cam for your combination.
No.
So that's really what the important thing is to call, talk to somebody, and get it
Yes.
for your combination. Because
And-
otherwise, you'd be down a lot more horsepower. It's not
Oh.
going to cruise. Off the shelf doesn't really work and stuff like
You know,
this.
I was watching a video the other day, and it was a video on YouTube by another guy on YouTube, and he was explaining how you can have a camshaft with the same lift and the same duration and the same lobe center,
Yeah.
okay? But the lobe profile, how quickly or slowly it closes the valve,
Yes.
determines how well that engine will run and how long the valve train will live.
Yes.
And you don't have to run nearly as much valve spring pressure if the lobe profile is designed
Yeah.
to do what you're trying to do. And I think you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, with the newer software that we have, and we have the latest Landis cam grinder, which just came out. It's the best one that they make. You can do stuff that you couldn't do before. So you don't really have to give up, the opening accelerations or the jerks or the bad frequencies. You can calculate all that now
Yeah.
and get it a lot smoother. So the generations of
Dude.
camshaft design now is crazy.
Unbelievable.
You would never be able to do that before.
No.
You could get that power, but you couldn't get that drivability.
No.
So it's such a big difference on the ramps. I mean, it makes a huge, huge
Look,
difference.
you took everything I thought that I had ever known about a small block Chevy on the street and a hydraulic roller, and you threw it in the trash, Nolan.
Yeah, it's like free money basically, right? Because the only difference is you picked the right cam, or I picked the right cam.
You
but
picked
we,
the right
but no, but you trusted me to do it.
I did trust you. You
And that's
asked
what
me
you
to
gotta do.
trust you, and I did. And I'm glad that I
Yeah.
did.
The problem too is like a lot of these guys on YouTube are putting cams in, and they're just getting ones that are not picked exactly for that combination, or they would be doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Get with Nolan.
yep, appreciate
Get
it.
with Nolan.
So anyway,
Thank you,
I'm
brother.
glad that we were able to set you up.
Yes, sir.
And I enjoy working with you
Same.
and Vicky. And now we'll do your 20 questions.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready? All right, so we'll cut there.
All right.